Nagi no Asukara. So I just finished an anime, so I thought I'd put out a review since I'm doing this kind of thing right now. Saying that unique storytelling is a rarity is quite essentially becoming more and more rare. So today I review Nagi no Asukara, an anime that tackles an intriguing story with a beautiful world that begins with an immense potential, even if I didn't realize it at first. Nagi no Asukara is directed by Toshiya Shinohara and also produced by PA Works. And before I get started with this review officially, PA Works, you're fucking amazing. So long ago, civilization has been living under sea for a very long time. However, there are many humans who wanted to live up in the land, which created a very huge gap between the two groups. Story starts as 4 childhood friends that live undersea transfer to a school at the surface. But there's more to the story than that. What follows is their struggle to adjust to a new environment and the relationships between the sea and the land people, and also dealing with these newfound feelings that may split them apart. The thing that makes this anime, well, different from any typical anime is that the setting is quite simply beautiful. I mean, the setting is highlighted with gorgeous underwater landscapes, and even the water itself. It just looks so refreshing, and it is, quite honestly, the high point of this series.
As the world building is pretty great, all the credit should go to PA Works.
They did a phenomenal job as well, and I might almost say that it's ufotable standards. Well, not really, but it comes close than most anime do. The characters are something that I have mixed opinions on. For the most of them, I really did like the characters. I thought they were fleshed out and as real as they should be. But I feel like some of the characters are just there for the love triangle drama that the show has, which was just kind of weird in a way. A major gripe I had with the characters came from Monica and Sumugu, because they felt as if they didn't have a lot of development. I mean, seriously, Monica is very important to the plot, as we do find out in the second half. And it really doesn't help her case, the fact that she wasn't there for the majority of the second half, even though she was very relevant to the plot. Aside from a couple of characters, most of the performances were pretty solid, except for some problems with development and lack of screen time. Another thing that deserves praise is most definitely the soundtrack. The music was composed by Yoshiaki Dewa. Probably butchered that name. If you didn't know, he has a pretty solid record with Fate Stay Night, Ah My Goddess, Flights of Fantasy, yada yada yada. And in this work, he really didn't disappoint. The OST is very mellow and sounds very soothing, that very much complements the mood and the setting perfectly, so kudos. Now, with a good show like Nagi no Asukara, it definitely has problems. Some characters, like I mentioned before, lack development and screen time, and some could be a bit of a hit and miss. And at the halfway point of the series, it sort of hits a reset button after a huge event that should not be said because of spoilers, and it really did take a toll on me because it broke immersion, and afterwards it was a bit slow to get back on track. Also, I would hate to say this, but I really did prefer the first half to the second half. The second half wasn't bad, in fact it was pretty good, but the first season focuses on themes such as racism, family relationships, and also tradition that really did interest me. And in my opinion, that was probably the most interesting part of the series, the conflict between humans and sea humans. Is that what they're called? The second half, while still good, focused on the romance with the characters a lot more than the first half. Not to mention the hexagonal love triangle that was attempted during the show. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was kinda weird. And hilarious. Despite a couple gripes I had with the second half, it did reach a very interesting and satisfying climax, which I am very happy with. Nagi no Asukara isn't something that's truly groundbreaking, but it will manage to impress you in regards of great music, great animation, and a great setting. And some of the characters are very likable, as you will probably enjoy watching them on screen. Is this one of the best anime ever? No, not really, but I still enjoyed the heck out of it. And I really do think the animation and setting is worth the price of admission. So, if you take my word for it, go check it out. I'm sure you'll like it. After calculating all the scores for story, animation, characters, soundtrack, and my own personal enjoyment,
I give Nagi no Asukara a very solid score of 8 out of 10, and I do recommend you to check it out. Not something you should go absolutely out of your way just to watch, but to check it out nonetheless. Thanks for watching, and that pretty much wraps up this review. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more of these videos, and I'll see you in the next one.